Hi everybody, this is Beginning Ballet Video 3. Once again, I do not own the rights to this music. This is just to be used for educational purposes only. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to start in first position. Arms are going to be en bas or grand bas. Bas means low, spelled B-A-S. And we're going to go, some people call it fifth low. From here we're going to prep 5, 6, and 7, and 8. We're going to go ahead, we're going to tendu 1, 2. We're going to bring it in 3, 4. Open the thighs 5, 6, 7, and 8. Guys, that plie is super important. Remember, I always talk about the plie. The plies go out, go up and out, right? But if I had to ask you to think about one thing, which one happens first, they don't necessarily all happen at the same time. I need you to think of keeping the backs of the thighs together and going out and up first. All right, so but it's that split second is whoom as you go out to find that plie, and still keep the idea of those thighs opening out even as you straighten back up. But as you straighten up, right, we know a plie is an ascent up, right? So open and lift. Now we know balance is down. So physically press into the ground with the feet, with the legs, everything. So feel the earth underneath your feet. Feel all the pads of the toes, feel the whole ball of the foot, the very center of that heel, right? Don't shift to the back, still stay forward, right? But you do still feel the center of that heel on the floor. So once again, starting over. So we have 5, 6, 7, this is 8. You have 1, 2, in 3, 4. Open and lift, close 8. All seconde, battement tendu, and bring it in, open the thighs, and in. And battement tendu, and bring it in, and open here to go 1, 2, 3, lower 4, tendu 5, shift the weight, shift the weight 6. Now from right here, we're going to go back to that standing leg, make sure it stays open 7, and bring it in 8. Okay, we're going to start it from the back. And 1, 2, in 3, 4. Open the thighs 5, 6, and 7, and 8. And 1, 2, in 3, 4. Open the thighs 5, 6, and 7, 8. To go 1, 2, in 3, 4. Open the thighs 5, 6, 7, and 8. To go 1, 2, 3. Still think up. 4. To go 5. Shift the weight 6. Open up 7 and 8. We're going to reach out 1. Just make like if you're painting that rainbow, right? It doesn't go here and just go over. We're going to go out 1. Reach beyond. So reach beyond where your arms physically sit. 1. Up. Keep pressing down into the ground. Counterbalance is balance. 2, 3, 4. Up 5, 6, 7, 8. Press down as you lift up through the occipital bones to come up. 1. Shoulder stays down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, 1. Up and over. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Elbow tip to back. 8. And other arm. 2, 3, 4. Up 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that same port de bras again. So one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open, lift, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Counter it, right? Slowing down. Think up. 4 to go 5. Open both thighs nice and even. 6, 5. Don't plie. 6, 7, close 8. Start that whole thing from the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up 7 and 8. Right arm 1. Press down into the ground with the feet as you reach up with the occipital bones up through the back of the head. Fingertips lifting. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Press down as you lift up through the occipital bones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up and over. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch the arms. 1, 2. Up and over. 3, 4. Up. 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll plie. We'll roll up, we'll stretch, we'll find our balance. From zip, remember, find that zipper up at the top of the inseam, zip all the way down. So think of connecting everything here all the way down to the heels, right? So together, 2, ooh, I shot, let me do that again. 1, stay up and over, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pop the bubble here, space under the armpits. Remember, hold those baseballs, lemons, whatever it is that's round, underneath those armpits, and finish there. And then we'll go to the other side. All right, let's do it. Okay, so tandus. We're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna let you, as I'm starting the music, I want you to go ahead, find that position, right? Find where you need to be, open it up, come up, and then prepare, all right? So whenever you need to do that, but just know that your 5, 6, 7, 8 will be you finding your first position from the top of your hips, okay? So I'm gonna, as soon as I get here, I will have 5, 6, and my arms will go here, 7, 8. Sorry, flies. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna tendu 1. We're gonna plie 2, and you move away from the bar, sorry. So we're gonna have 1. We're gonna plie 2, we're gonna rise up 3 and 4, we're gonna 5, back to first 6, and up 7, down 8. I'm gonna battement tendu second. I like. Start over, tendu 1. So start to bot 1. You're gonna plie into fifth 2, releve up 3 and 4, to tendu back to the front 5, plie in first 6, releve 7 and 8. So after the first battement tendu, you're always gonna cross in fifth, to rise, to come down, to go tendu, and in, and lift, and lower, to go tendu, to fifth, releve, and lower, and tendu, and first, and releve, and lower, to go 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Arms come with me, and 7, and 8. All right, so the thing is, we are doing releves, which means you are rising up, right? You're finding that balance. You're going to 3/4 point. You guys, half toe really is here, 3/4 point is here, and then on point would be in point shoes, and it would be all the way up to the tops of your toes. All right, so we always want to work at 3/4 point, okay? We don't just want to work at half toe, all right? So, but what I was gonna say is making sure from right here, flies, I hate them. Releves, if this is 1, plie 2, releve starts from a plie. So I'm gonna take this battement tendu, I'm opening up nice and even from the tops of both thighs. I'm gonna have 1, tops of both thighs go out, and I'm thinking up 2. Now I'm gonna rise up because I started from a demi-plie, or a half bend. That means I'm doing a releve. I'm gonna plie down, battement tendu, plie, releve, and down, to go out, bring it in, releve, and lower, and tendu. Very important. Here, up, keep those hips nice and even, out, and fifth. Now, even though I came into fifth, I'm not gonna go here and lose this leg. I'm gonna go here, that hip has to open the same as this one does. All right, so make sure that's how you keep those hip bones nice and even. To releve and down, to go tendu, plie, releve, and down, to go out, plie, releve, or sorry, out, plie, and out, plie, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. So hopefully I didn't totally just mess you up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, fifth, releve, and down, tendu, 2, first, releve, and down, tendu, 2, fifth, releve, and down, tendu, butterfly, and first, and up, and down, to go 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right? It's not going to be that fast. It's going to be slower. And I will start on my left, so we are mirroring each other. You may be starting on your right, and I will start on my left. From here, though, as soon as you come back in, just one easy stretch. We're going to go ahead, whichever direction you're turning, okay, you're going to take that arm off the bar, but your other arm has to slide to take over where that hand was. So make sure, remember, your arms always have to be slightly in front of you. You don't want to be here, because then everything has it's probably going to escape out, right? So those ribs are going to pop out, the seat is going to pop out the back, because then all of a sudden this feels really weird, right? Cool, bring it front here so you actually have control with that. Or you have the ability to use that bar for control, all right? So if we started here, I'm going to turn this direction, so I'm going to take that arm off, I'm going to slide my other one there, and I'm going to just take my feet into fifth, keeping the tops of the thighs crossed. This is going to be 1, 2, over 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, open 7, 8. One more time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rise up. Find your balance here. We'll open out and we'll bring it down. All right, let's try it. We've got time. It's not very fast. Let me check the time on my camera real quick. Okay, I'm back. Let's go ahead. I'm going to start the music and we'll do tandus. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna go to dégagés. We're gonna do standard dégagés, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start on the right, and we're gonna do 8 dégagés in second on the right. We're gonna do 8 on the left. Then we're gonna do 4 on the right, 4 on the left, 2 on the right, 2 on the left, and then singles going left and right and left and right. All right? So starting from right here, we have 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, now 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 2. Now singles for 4, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, nice and simple. I want you to feel every time you dégagé, I want you to feel that the toe is only coming just about that, ½ inch to an inch up off the floor, all right? Remember, once we get a little bit higher than that, then we're actually really using our quad to actually lift the leg up, and we don't want to do that. We want it to be, boom, the toes. This is to strengthen the feet so that you strengthen yourself when you do a jump, all right? So we want to make sure that it's from here, from this tendu, boom, it's just that push with those toes. Really, really working all the metatarsals on the top of the foot, okay? Working and strengthening all those muscles so that your jumps can get higher, all right? So once we get too high, then once we get up here, then it's the quad that's doing all the work to lift that leg up, all right? Or momentum, or shifting weight, whatever, any of those things, all right? So we really want to work this to really, really help our jump. So we're going to do it, let's do it twice through, all right? So 8, 8, 4, 4, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, same side. 8, 8, 4, 4, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. All right, let's go ahead and try it. All right, now to further strengthen the toes, all right, we're gonna do that exact same thing that we just did, all right, those dégagés, but we're gonna go ahead, our prep, and you guys, I'm running to get here, so you prep 5, 6, 7, 8, I will just be getting here by 8. So you'll have 5, 6, up 7, 8. I don't care, you may either plie, and we call it drawing under, all right, where you're gonna plie here. Now if you see where the balls of my feet are right now, when I relevate up, they're actually gonna slide underneath me. So where the balls of my feet are, my toes are gonna end up where the balls of my feet are, all right? And I do that, obviously, by pressing down into the ground and by working the backs of the thighs and the lower glutes, right? So open and lift, demi-plie, half bend, boom, and up, all right? It's what we do when we susu, yes? But typically with a susu, and in a susu, we know, because it's in your vocabulary thing too, from it's up, it's under, over, or over, under. So both legs, one is coming up over, one is coming under, right? So boom, both are moving at the same time and coming up to be right up underneath your center. The same thing is happening in first position. So you almost want to think of when you open, do this nice wide demi-plie, right? When you come up, if you look down, The balls of your feet are almost right in line with your hip bones, okay? And for most of us, it just depends, but for most of us, your heels will be touching, okay? They will be clicking. Some of you have super high arches and they may not meet, and that's totally fine, all right? So your prep is gonna be 5, 6, so open this up, think up, 5, 6, up 7 and 8. You're gonna do the exact same thing because you're gonna dégagé with the balls of your feet and your toes. So push. The thing is don't go here and lift. It's not a lift, so the hips aren't moving and you're not shifting weight to the side to do it, right? You stay nice and lifted on the standing leg. This standing hip should feel exactly like it did when you were flat on both feet, but you're here and you have 1, and in, and in, and in. We're gonna do it slower so that you have time to really think. If I go this way, drag those toes out, push, catch the toes, widen them out, all right? So don't clench your toes like this. Keep them nice and wide, point, widen them out, bring it back in. So make sure you catch the tip of the toe and you slide all the pads of the toes back in, all right? So you have 5, 6, scoop up, draw up, 7, 8. Keep this lifted, all right? Then you're gonna have, we're gonna go ahead and still do the 8, 8, 4, 4, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. It's just we're gonna do it slower so that, because if it gets too fast, then all of a sudden the benefit of working the toes and working the top of the feet is not really quite there for you. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna brush that out. 1, 2, in, and 3, and 4. So you'll go all the way to 8, all the way to 8, all the way to 4, to 4, to 2, to 2, to 1, 1, 1, 1. And then we're gonna plie, making sure even though you're on 3/4 point, you're opening up the tops of the thighs and still thinking up, and you're gonna find your balance here, and then you're gonna bring the backs of the thighs together, rise up, open the arms out, and lower down. And then yes, we will wiggle through, stretch the feet, do that kind of stuff. All right, let's try it. Same music. Nice job, everyone. So, okay, so we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna start at 5th. You're gonna put your left foot in front. We're gonna start right here. You're gonna brush out your right foot. You're gonna brush out, so you find that, yes, it is your back foot that is going to do the brushing. So you're gonna brush it out. Now, when you brush it, you guys make sure you don't lose the top of this hip. Remember, what starts that plie is the hips opening out and the lift up. So, right, make sure it's nice and even. You have 1, up, 2. You're gonna coupe behind you, open that thigh out, 2, pas de bras, 3, and 4. Back foot goes out, in. From here, remember this hip always goes back so that inner heel can stay forward, coupe, and up. Which way did I start? Shoot. Okay, so sorry. Yes, started this way. You should be brushing out your, sorry, I got mixed up because I'm trying to do it so that you can mirror me and now I don't remember which way I started. So let me start that over. Okay, so we're starting here. Your left foot is in front, my right foot. You are gonna brush out your right foot. You're gonna brush out your right. You're gonna come up, you're gonna coupe down, and then you're gonna pas de bras, don't change. Oh, got it. Okay, you're gonna brush out, make sure both thighs open out, keep this hip back as you drop it in front, open up tops of both thighs, pas de bras, don't change. Brush out, come up, coupe, pas de bras, don't change, and out, and up, coupe, don't change. We're going to do that 4 times, all right? So we're going to do it 4 times. Then once at the end you have pas de bras, you don't change there. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to plie, we're going to brush the leg out just like you did before, all right? So we're going to plie, brush. Now, whatever you're using for your bar, whether it's a counter or a chair, if you don't have one or anything to hold onto, that is fine. If it's not a good place to jump, then you're just gonna do what we just did, okay? And just keep your arms in second, they can go here or they can come to first, all right? And I'm not gonna lie, you guys, sometimes it's easier, like if you're holding onto like a shoe or something that keeps you in front and stable, because then you don't tend to start moving the arms as your feet are moving and you don't realize that the arms are even doing that. So if you have a shoe or something, all of a sudden you notice it's way over here, it makes sense to you, or a ruler, something where you can keep your arms, your hands in line with your the shoulders, yeah? All right, just a suggestion, all right? So we're gonna do the 4 like we just talked about. I'll do it again. Then we're gonna brush out, we're gonna jump, we're gonna go to coupe. All right, so from here, your right foot is gonna go out. Yes, you guys, the leg that's jumping has got to point in the air before it comes down. That's why it's easier if you have something to press down on. So even if you guys aren't doing this at a bar, just, yeah, find the back of a couch, find something that you can hold on to, because you are able then to push down on it a little bit, okay? So from right here, you're gonna brush out, you're gonna jump up and down. Now, your arms should be in the exact position as they were. That way, that's why if you don't have a bar, it's important to have that ruler or something in front of you. Because what's easy to do, and you guys, these are jetés, these are petite jetés, and you do have jeté as one of your vocabulary words, so I wanna make sure to hit some of these things, okay? Or it is a vocabulary word that you should know. So make sure jeté means thrown, all right? So think of throw, right? You throw the leg out, but it comes back underneath you, all right? So your jeté should start right here and end right there, okay? It shouldn't get stuck away from you, right? So wherever your arms are, they plant there. That foot stays right in between those arms the whole time, all right? So we're gonna go ahead. Beginning of the combo, we're gonna start brush, we're gonna susu up to 3/4 point, we're gonna coupe, we're gonna pas de bras, don't change, and take our hands with us. We're gonna brush, we're gonna come up, we're gonna coupe, pas de bras, don't change, take our arms with us. We're gonna throw out, that's a jeté, and up, coupe, and down. We're gonna go out, we're gonna come up, we're gonna go down, no change. We can plie that end. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go out, jump up. Same pas de bras, don't change. Pas de bras, hands go with you here. Brush out, up, goes right back down in front of you. Pas de bras, don't change. Brush out, jump down, pas de bras, don't change, out, up, down, pas de break, don't change. All right? These are things that I was going to work with you on. So I'm going to come right now. I'm going to play the music. We're going to do it with the music, but we're still going to talk it through. All right? And we'll be doing these in all of our classes coming up so that you can keep practicing them. If it's too much on you, if you're like me jumping on concrete and you jump twice and you're like, wow, I'm good, then that's fine. Just do what we just first did. Up, go to the sous-sus, down, pas de bourrée. Because that is dissecting what that jump is without going into the air. All right, I'm going to play some music, but first I'm going to check the timing on my video, and then we're going to do this. All right, we're at a good spot. Let me find our music here. Sorry, I wish there was an easier way to do this. Oh, that wouldn't be it. All right, hold on. You know this takes me a few minutes, even when I know what I want. All right. All right, so you brush out your right leg and get a brush. Come up, coupe back, not break, don't change. Plie, good. Brush out your left, out, and up. Coupe, pas de break, plie. Again, brush out right, up, and pas de break. Don't change, good. Brush out, up, pas de break. Good. Let's try with the jump. Ready? We're going to brush out to second. Brush second. Jump. Good. Pas de break, don't change. 7. Brush out left. Brush left. Jump underneath you. Oh, and the music ended. And pas de break and down. Good. Brush out. Up. Ah, they got fancy. And pas de break, don't change. Brush out. Up, down. Pas de break, don't change. And down. Nice job, everybody. Okay, let's do a little bit of center work. So all I want to work on today, you guys, are turns. I want to discuss en deux dans versus en dehors. In your vocabulary little video worksheet or whatever that I made for you, I talk about en dehors and en deux dans when it comes to rond de jambes. All right? So if I were to stand right here, okay, I would take this foot, I would take my foot that's in front in fifth, I would battement tendu it, I would rond de jambe it around to the back and close. That would be called en dehors. So if I'm facing you, it's en dehors out the door, right? So en dehors, and it just means open. So from here or outside. So here, I'm opening out away from my standing leg. All right? So en dehors, I'm going away from it to come back in. Now, if I stayed standing here and I wanted to go en deux dans, and they said, give me en deux dans with your right foot, then I would go, okay, my right is here, and you're looking at me, it's your left, but I would go ahead, I would take battement tendu that leg to the back. Now I would go en deux dans. Dans means in. So I would take this around, I would take it into my leg. All right? So I'm taking it into it. Think of when we talk en dehors and en deux dans, a lot of times you want to think about en deux dans and en dehors from the leg that is doing the moving, not necessarily from the standing leg. All right? So, and that meaning because I know if I'm going to step out away from me, en dehors, outside, that makes sense. Or if they say go in, step into yourself, and I went into myself. So going en deux dans means in. That just kind of makes sense to me to think of it from that leg. All right? Now, some of you that may not help, but you guys, I have to throw a bunch of things out at you. See what helps you. Yes, some of you it helps, some of it won't. So we're going to go ahead today. In video 4, we're going to work pirouettes from 4th position, but today we're going to go ahead, because we were working so much working pirouettes from 5th, that I want to talk about en deux dans and en dehors from 5th position today. All right, so I'm going to turn my back to you. I'm going to have my right foot in front, so this way you can do this with me and it'll look the same. We'll be on the same leg. All right, so, and I'm going to start from fifth. So I'm going to start right here. Now what I want you to do, I want you, start from here. I want you to tendu devant, which is to the front, so tendu to the front, come back to fifth. So we're going to go tendu, come back to fifth. Now I'm going to do an en dehors turn from fifth with my right foot. So I'm going to go out and in. I'm going to take my leg out. So I'm going to turn away from the leg that I'm standing on. Or maybe it works for you to think, take your knee out. So if you're here, knee is going to go this way. Knee goes out, away from the leg that we're standing on, okay? We already know that this is the position that we turn in ballet. We use a turnout. We don't go through parallel, right? We already know that. So the knee is always out. But think about the impetus of what's happening, right, with the whole body, with everything. Everything is turning out away from the leg that you're on. So, tendu 1, plie 2. Turn outside, so away from the standing leg. Out, bring it down. Tendu, and in. Out, away, bring it down. All right, let's try that on the left side. So now I'm going to put my left foot in front. I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm going to turn away from my standing leg, which will be my right leg. So I'm going to have tendu and down. Turn away. You make that prettier. And down. Tendu and down. Turn away. All right, so hopefully that made a little sense. Now, you can say, how do I do an en dedans turn? I'm going to do this facing you, all right? Don't let it confuse you. I am going to do an en dedans turn from fifth. From here, if I'm facing you, and don't worry, I'll turn around and do it the other direction as well. But from here, if I said, okay, give me an en dedans turn, I would go, okay, I am never going to take in an en dedans turn. It's weird to go like that. You have no impetus, all right, to get yourself around. So choreography can be whacked out and as strange and creative as it wants, right? So in choreography, you could do that. In ballet, if they say, I want an en dedans turn from fifth, it is always going to be your back foot that comes up. All right, that means I'm going to go tendu and in. It's this foot that's going to go into that foot. Okay, I can't make it pretty and look at you. All right, so it's always going to be that back foot that comes up on the en dedans. Where the en dehors turn, it's the front foot that comes up. And you guys, that's just one of those technique things that you just learn and you just know. All right, so you can say, oh, do we have to do that? That's confusing. I know, it's just the way it is. Sorry, I didn't make it up. All right, I just teach it. All right, so I'm going to do an en dehors turn, then I'm going to do an en dedans turn. So en dehors, I'm going to go outside away. So tendu, en dehors, down. Now I'm going to tendu and do an en dedans. Out. Now I'm going to go in, down. If you've noticed, you guys, they both turn the same direction. Just a different leg picks up. All right? But they do still turn the same direction. Does that kind of make sense? And they turn the same direction because your standing leg is changing. Yeah? The nice thing is the video, you can go back and look at it, okay? And sometimes even if explaining it gets a little confusing, because I know it does, at least just doing this with me, you can kind of go, oh, okay, and I just want you to start to feel it. Because en dehors turns feel very different than en dedans turns. It's a very different shift of weight, a different shift of your body, all of that kind of thing. Now, what I want to tell you though is in that en dedans turn, that inside turn, right, the one where we go into the standing leg. The toe still comes up to the front of the knee. All right, because every single pirouette in ballet, other than a piqué turn. Piqué turn is the only turn where that foot goes up to the back. Every other pirouette, the foot always goes either to the very inside, but then the hip top likes to lift, so be very careful about that, all right? I like to teach the length of your big toe. That goes right underneath and cups your patella or your kneecap, right? So it's right here, just crosses right there. Now, it can open up a little bit, but if you go there, you're never gonna be wrong, all right? They're never gonna correct you. That's perfect placement, all right? So remember, remember, remember. En dehors turn, en dedans turn. No matter what, and I don't care if it's from fifth or from fourth or from third, that toe is always going to the front of the knee, all right? And that's gonna be super important for you to remember. It's only the piqué pirouette that's gonna go behind you. And we'll do those later, the piqué turns, all right? So we did those, I think, right near the end before all this happened. And we will work on them, I promise, probably in like the 5th video. All right, so let's do this. Tendu, en dehors, up, down. Now we're gonna do en dedans. Tendu, inside, pick up your back foot, front of the toe, down. And that's also gonna change your side. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna do tendu, close, en dehors, land down, tendu, close, en dedans, changement. Changement just changes, whatever foot is in back, jumps through first and closes the front. Likewise, if you want to think from the front foot, that front foot, no matter what, will go up and it'll close to the back. Changement means to change, all right? So changement is a sauté, because sauté means to jump. Anytime you do any sort of jump off of the ground, that is called a sauté, okay? So, but in particular, the name of this is a changement because the feet are changing every single time you do it. All right, so just follow along with me. We're gonna do them on the right twice, and then we're gonna do them on the left twice. Anyways, this is the thing, rewind this. Do it again. Do it without music. Do it with your own music. The only way that it's going to start making sense to you if you're going en dehors or en dedans is if you practice it. Okay? It's the only way. Now, if you are, again, disclaimer, please, please, please don't turn if you only have carpet. Don't do it. If you have a super, super slick floor, be very careful. Get the correct socks, get the correct shoes, all right? Try not to turn in tennis shoes with rubber on the bottom. A lot of times it stops the momentum of your turn, and it can tweak an ankle. All right, so guys, if you have to just go up and balance this, then just go up and balance it. All right, but yeah, and maybe test out your floor first by just doing it as a balance and see how it feels, and then maybe try the turn, or maybe only do a half turn, just to see how that feels, all right? Just want to make sure you're safe. I don't want you guys hurting anything or, you know, falling over or, you know, using all the wrong muscles just because the floor is so bad that all of a sudden you learn to turn by like lifting your shoulders and holding your breath. I don't want you to do any of those things, right? Every time you turn, think of breathing out. Yeah, let's try this.